Okay, Pisces, for the week commencing 29th of May 2017. Let's see what's in God's for you. Oops. For some grounding energy, clear quartz. Pisces, 29th of May, week commencing 29th of May 2017. Pisces, what's in store for you? Pisces. Pisces, week commencing 29th of May 2017. Let's see. Right then, I see travel. A lot of you Pisceans are going to be traveling this week. Some of you could be traveling for higher education, workshops / seminars, or an induction / training for work, or something that will lead to work or education. You could be traveling to another state, to another country, some sort of travel that's moving on. So you might even be switching jobs. Your new job might be in another state or a different country altogether. You see how there are financial and material changes, so maybe you're going to get something better, or definitely you're getting something with a higher pay, or with more job prospects, or with more, you're gaining something out of this. Even if you get a better designation or a better opportunity at the same level of salary, but you're still sort of learning more in the new situation, be it education or professional area. So this travel, be it for education or work, is going to be able to lead you to be doing better financially and professionally. It will lead you to opening up more opportunities for you professionally in your career. Okay, there was a disruption in your spiritual connection, or in a romantic partnership. You met someone you could connect with at a spiritual level, but something didn't work out. You were overly emotional about this person, and it didn't seem, there's some sort of a problem there. It didn't work out. You're trapped in fear. See, the reason why I put clear quartz here was for some grounding energy, because you need to be grounded at the moment. You're sitting in your head, trapped in fear. Look at that guy, sitting there, like in an attic in a jail, feeling trapped. And how he's got his hand on his head and he's just feeling hopeless. But he's stuck in his head. It's all in his mind, it's not real. Look at that light coming in through that cage. So there is light outside, but he's not even lifting his head up to see it. It's in his mind. He thinks he can't get out, and he doesn't see the light, but the light is there. You see the positive light? But he's sitting in the dark, so it's in your mind. Some of you could be suffering from a mental ailment. You could be undergoing some sort of depression or anxiety. Minor, not extreme, minor. But you might be feeling mentally / emotionally unstable. You might not be your usual self this week. You're anxious because of this person or because of this relationship. Look, if it's meant to be, it'll be there. You don't have to be anxious about it. Just go with the flow. Let the universe, let the divine guide you. Get out of your head. Get out of your head. Go to your heart. Follow your heart, follow your gut, as I always say. Never ever sit in your head. That's the worst thing we can do to ourselves. Every time we sit on our heads, we end up feeling anxious. Whereas if you open up your heart to the divine and positive, you're going to attract positive. The brain thinks, it thinks a lot. The heart feels, it feels a lot. I suggest you feel this week more than thinking, do the feeling bit. Nurture yourself, go to a spa, or go to a garden or a beach or whatever it is that makes you feel calm and soothes your psyche, soothes your brain, soothes your soul. Play some nice music maybe, have a glass of wine and watch your favorite movie, anything that sort of soothes your anxiety. Moving on. For a lot of people, for a lot of other signs as well, this week is about changing phase, moving on from one chapter of their lives to another. Even for you, Pisces, this week is going to be a change, a sweeping change. You're going to be lifted from one chapter of your life into another, and you'll have to move on. Okay, I also see an elderly woman. She could be in her late 60s or early 70s or over that. Someone elderly. This woman is either traveling to you or you traveling to this woman. It could be a grandparent that you're wanting to see for a while and you decided to go home and see her. Or she might just travel and decide to see you and gives you a surprise and visits you. So there's an elderly woman. Okay, interesting. Jewels, some sort of jewelry. Maybe there's an event or an occasion, or just like that. It doesn't have to be a fancy occasion, maybe. So I see this grandparent, this lady, your grandma. Grandma wants to give you a necklace that's been part of your family tradition. This jewelry, it doesn't necessarily have to be a necklace. It can be a piece of jewelry, but I think it's going to be a necklace. It could be a crystal necklace. It could be some sort of gemstone necklace, but she's going to pass it on to you as a tradition running in your family, or she's going to give it to you as a gift. She's going to buy you a piece of jewelry. Shadow. So this is going to be a week for a lot of us to be contemplating, and all of us have a dark side and a bright side. This week, Pisces, you're going to sit and contemplate and look into yourselves, look at the dark side, acknowledge it, accept it, and then move on to the bright side. That could also be the moving on. You're moving on to the bright side. I mean, this is a part of you. You see, these two people, shadow, it's your own shadow. One's wise and bright, one's in the dark. So I look at this as two parts of lives. One part where we're still learning. I mean, we learn all through our lives, but one part where we absolutely have zero experience, zilch whatsoever about things, and the other one is we're slightly more mature and experienced as we move on in our lives. So you're going to look back at a younger you, a much younger you. So maybe 5 to 8 years minus from now, and you look back and you will see how far you've come, what you've learned. You'll contemplate. You'll see yourself making that difference in your own life. You'll see how you've changed. You'll see whether it's for your better or worse, and how can you make it better. And this is going to be in terms of relationship. There's heartache and loss, especially Pisces women. It could also be men, but specifically women. Actually, it could also be a man who's contemplating, I see here. There's also a male energy. So you're trying to learn from your past mistakes, and you're trying to see what you did in that younger you in your past, and how did you deal with that heartache and loss. So that's going to be you this week. Let's get some angelic advice, some divine cards. What do these cards have to say? C. Cancel, clear, delete. So when you look back and when you see the immaturity and the shadow, the dark side of you, you cancel, clear, and delete that dark side and move into the bright side. Anything that doesn't serve you anymore, anything that's not for your highest benefit, let it go. Move ahead into the light. Books. Okay, I see a lot of you could be reading about deep subjects. Education has popped up once again. So you could have been traveling for work/education. You could also be traveling for something related to books. You could be an author and you could be traveling to another city, for maybe signing a few books. Or you might have just received a contract to write a book from another state or another country. Or you might be going for a poetry fest or something, a lit fest, a literature fest, something along those lines. You could even write a book yourself. You could be in the publishing business, and this business would make you travel. There's definite travel, Pisces. You're traveling this week. It could be local, it could be international, but there is travel. For some reason, international is being highlighted. You'll be crossing a few seas, at least one. You'll be crossing the sea to go overseas. So it's an international trip. It could also be local, like I said. Heart chakra. You'll have to release what doesn't serve you for the highest good. So when you look back into the past and see what mistakes you've made in relationships, don't hold grudges against whatever happened about that person. Let it go. Let your heart chakra heal. Let it heal. Walk into the light. Be bright. Be positive. Law of attraction. So you attract what you want. If you've heard of the saying, you become what you think. That's the law of attraction. So this week is all about thinking, contemplating, becoming what you think. If you think you're anxious or you're trapped in fear, you're going to attract that. I don't want this cat to die. And the next thing you know, oh my God, I attracted that. You don't want that. So be very careful with what you think, what you attract. Your thoughts are going to manifest into reality. So, be careful what you wish for or what you think. One final last divine card. And then a rehash. Goddess. So there's divine energy here. Express your divine feminine. Like I said, this was a female energy here right in this card when I talked about heartache and loss. And here it is. Express your divine feminine energy, embracing its magical intuition and nurturing qualities. Like I said, go for a spa, or go for a massage, or go for a Reiki session, whatever makes you happy, whatever soothes you, walk in the garden, whatever it is. Female Pisces specifically. But it could be applicable to all. I don't like to limit it to one gender or one age group, but the energy here is specifically for the ladies out there. And this travel is for both genders, males and females. The travel is for all Pisces. Definite travel happening. Let me know how it goes. So let's rehash. Get out of your head. Don't sit in the fear of anything. Even if you have to go see a shrink and sort of offload things, do that. Go for a therapy session. Go for counseling. Do that. Cancel, clear, delete. Anything that's holding you back, not serving you for your highest benefit, let it go. You'll attract what you think. Be careful of your thoughts. Turn them into positive thoughts. There's travel, which will help you build on your skills to be able to make more money in the future. There could be higher education travel. You could be traveling to another country or a state altogether for a workshop, seminar, a course, things along those lines. Books, you could be in the publishing business, you could be an author, or maybe you've been writing a book and now it's time to get published and you might just have to travel and you'll sign your first copy somewhere. That's going to happen. You'll be looking back 5 to 8 years back, specifically 5 to 8 years back, you'll be looking at a much younger you and you will be contemplating and you'll feel how you felt then about a heartache and loss. And you've learned lessons from that. That's what's coming up for you. You'll come across this situation and you'll be much wiser. Okay, my lovely Pisces, sending you much healing, love and light. See you next time.